it's like you got an issue with him. I was like,
Ain't no issue. All right. Ain't no issue. We good. Yo.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you.
What up? So today, I got my man Smutty with me today. He with it.
Shoot me, my guy.
Yeah,
What the fuck is you gonna do?
he's he really I got it from he really does say that all the time. It's like since he was like 16, that's what he says all the time. He's like shoot me. Something wrong with him.
Like that's cool.
Hey. Oh, let me get my notebook. I gave him my notebook. We got Lil Will here today, so I gotta talk to Lil Will about whatever he got going on. Yeah, Lil Will. Hey. So the question today is, okay, what?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you was talking to somebody. My bad.
I don't have my glasses on, so from a distance, I thought they were like claws. But they're leather.
Yeah, trying to be fancy. Like, yeah, we all can't be Will, but we can do our best. You know what I'm saying? We can only try our best. All right. So the question is, are toxic traits and love languages connected? Are toxic traits and love languages connected?
I don't know, because it just depends. I don't know. I don't think so.
Let me give you an example, right? Give you an example. So the thing I read, right? This is why I brought it up, right? What's up? Welcome to the show. We got not asking for help. Their love language tends to be acts of kindness.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
Right. And hold on, I'm gonna give you one more. Isolating. Their love language tends to be quality time. If their toxic trait is isolation, then their love language is quality time.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
That makes sense, right? Why do you think that is?
I don't know. But it makes sense.
It makes sense though,
It
right?
makes sense, but I can't.
What?
Because I feel that. Like, I like my alone time, but I enjoy, like, being with other people at the same time.
Or to be being wanted, like people wanting to spend time, not having to ask for someone to spend time with you, right? I not even that. I'm curious, right? Like where it stems from, because those could be it, right? Because I don't think toxic trait, not asking for help. That's something I have,
that's
right?
me.
I don't typically. Actually, I'm lying, because I'll ask for what I want. Like if I need I'm more so for like emotional support, things that don't cost people things. Like I wouldn't ask something that felt like that might make you uncomfortable. Like, can I get a ride, right? That displaces your day and what you're doing. A conversation I feel like has less investment. You don't have to invest as much to hold on a second. Hey, y'all niggas can't hang out. Hey, nah, we're not gonna bond over all the fuck shit we did and then say, yeah, we gonna chill. Nah, we good. Nah, we not. That's my man Smoney grew up with me, right? So when I was doing all that Tiger Coleman shit, that nigga was with me. So everything I tell you, the reason I don't like this shit is that it reminds me of all the things I was trying not to do. That nigga knows every fucking thing. If I ever get taken down, shoot that nigga. 'Cause that nigga done told somebody. That nigga done told somebody something. Cause that nigga knows everything. So I say that to say that he gonna hang out with Scrapes. Knowing Scrapes got the same ailment I got. He got the further stages. I'm half cured. Scrapes still on stage 4. You can't put him on.
I'm on stage 4, bro.
Yeah, you can't put him on. You can't. Y'all can't hang out. Not without chaperones, man. Y'all can't be over there.
Yeah, like I'm out on Trebek, bro. Like I just gotta ride it out.
I gotta ask him. What up? Thank you for joining the show. The question today is: are toxic traits and love languages connected? I'm gonna ask Sean, because Sean always gives me the best advice. So Sean,
This one's above my pay grade, bro.
above your pay grade.
I can't answer it, but I get
deep.
it. I can't answer it, but I get
really
it.
think I can't. Like you gotta. This is something that you should have probably gave me a week ago, so I could really
Yeah,
read
I
up
can't
on
So you
it.
think I can come back? I gotta come back with a topic for you?
On this one's pretty. This was a good one. This is like real. You know what I mean? You gotta educate yourself a little bit, so you can have a real deep understanding. Like this is above my pay grade. I can't.
You know, I really appreciate that. I disagree, because I think, my man, we can hypothesize and work it out together. Oh, I got the other one. Let me tell you the other joints too, because I thought it was amazing. They were saying that impulsive shopping and gift giving. If your toxic trait is impulsive shopping, then gift giving is your love language. They said if going silent is your toxic trait, then words of affirmation is tends to be your love language.
Go through all of them things. That's the thing. I can't explain why.
They were saying that, I can't disagree that they're connected. Like, I feel like, I tend to do that anyway. When someone goes silent, like, yo, what's wrong? Like, look, whatever it is that's bothering you, you can talk to me about, da-da-da-da-da, especially if you know it's connected to something. Like, say I go out here, I don't know, I go out, I got a bad fight, you know what I'm saying? I have a bad fight, I lose my boxing match. I come in here and I'm messed up about my boxing match, so I don't say nothing. I don't show up to the show. I know for a fact, Sean would call. Oh, he lost that fight. Damn, we call my bro, check on him. This is a normal response, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's good, bro? Hey, look, man, one fight ain't gonna be no shit. Man, everybody lose one fight, man. You're a great boxer, you know? Like, they would big me up because they like, because they don't see me as trash. They'd be like, yo, they would reaffirm that I was a good boxer and I should get, don't let it be in a slump because they're good peoples. So I guess, that's just is that just how you counter it? Or do you think that those tend to be the love language because those toxic are linked somehow, right? Like, isolation could be linked to like abandonment, dealing with like abandonment. Like, you didn't get enough attention growing up from your people you cared about, so you stay away from it. So the fact that isolation ends up being quality time is a big deal because you never really got quality time. So when you did quality time, it fills the void of something you had when you were a kid, right? Wow. Like, I wonder if they're connected deeper than that.
I feel like you have me on a couch right now. Like, you keep bringing up things that I personally go through.
I watched Ricky Lake 4 nights in a row. I am fucking good at it. I've been doing, I ain't tell you that my podcast during the week, every night, 8 to 9, on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, I watch an episode of Ricky Lake. I call it Blicky Lake. I review an episode of Ricky Lake. Oh, fucking amazing. When I tell you, Ricky Lake does not get enough love, bro. She need more love. Ricky Lake actually was a phenomenal show. Phenomenal show.
That might be therapeutic for you.
Fucking great. I love it. And analyzing the relationships, oh, it's good. But no, not from that at all. I actually thought it was me and Red go through and we find things for the week all the time. So
where Red at anyway?
Atlanta. So Red's out, so I don't have my cameraman today.
I'm wearing blue next week.
Hey man, he a family reunion. Family reunion. Can't hate the family. What's up? If you just tuning in, guys, I'm asking, are toxic traits and love languages connected? Let's go. Hey, Uncle Larry, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
The topic today is, and it's a deep one, it's
That's what Kev said.
are toxic traits and love languages connected?
Toxic traits and love languages. I think toxic traits are learned.
Are learned.
Yeah.
So would you say that someone
I
that
don't see the correlation between love languages and toxic.
I'm gonna give it to you now. Well, I'm gonna tell you now. They said that if someone whose toxic trait is isolation, right? Isolating themselves,
Yeah.
that their love language tends to be quality time.
Well, that's contradictory. If you want to be isolated, then your love language can't be quality time.
But they tend to be people who isolate when they're upset, and it's not like isolation. Say something upsets them, instead of dealing with the problem, they'll isolate themselves from the problem, which is a toxic. It's not beneficial to the problem, but it's a problem they have with problem solving. Certain triggers will make them isolate themselves. But something that makes them feel good is when people they care about spends time with them.
I don't see the correlation. I see that as opposites. I see that as
They are opposites.
You know.
Yeah, because one's toxic and one's a love language.
I don't see the correlation.
So you don't think that toxic traits and love language are connected. You don't think at all.
Absolutely not.
All right, and why do you think that is?
Because toxic trait is kind of like it's a choice, but it's something mental up here. Now you can say the same thing for a love language. It's a mental thing, and some people like that touch. I'm a touch person. I like to touch. I like to be touched. That's my love language. So that's kind of a choice. So is it organic in my brain that I need that touch, like we're supposed to touch babies, to nurture them? But then when you want to isolate yourself, Is that an organic thing also that you can't handle it because you get to the flight or flight response? Am I going to manage it or am I going to run away from it? That could be mental, or it could be a choice. So I think you kind of got, well, from my perspective, you got too far opposite.
So I was
going
thinking
here.
like this, right? Someone that isolates somebody get isolation from the fact that when they were with their parents, maybe her mom worked 2 jobs, dad wasn't around, so she didn't spend a lot of time with her mother. But so she isolates. She tends to find comfort in being by herself, even though she would have liked to spend more time with
I
her
know people
parents.
like that.
So as a love language, now that she's in a relationship with me, she's like, I want to
I want
spend
more
time with you.
time.
Hey, when I make time for her, it makes her feel good because in the back of her mind, she's always wanted to spend more time with someone she's cared about. So it makes her feel more special. So I can see the correlation between where she isolates herself, thinking that's her, I'm being understanding.
Her safe place.
But yeah, it's her safe place, but it all has to do with the fact that she needed more attention. Like she needed and I say needed in the sense of to be a whole person.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
that.
You know, when you raise kids, so you know what I'm talking about. Like you trying to make them full people.
It happens with single kids, only kids. You know, no
Uh-huh.
siblings. They can live by themselves because that's the way they've learned and raised.
Hey, you gotta take your time. You
Oh no, I ain't gonna take my time.
He ain't saying what's up. Look,
Ain't
look,
gonna
look,
take my
look.
time. You go do what you gotta do, man. Don't you let me interview her. Oh, never mind.
You know, it'd be like that
Right.
sometimes.
But it does. But I think those are polar opposites.
Okay, I
I
can dig it.
I don't-
So that's Uncle Larry. Uncle Larry said there's no correlation between the two. He don't think they're polar opposites. I'm going over here to Scrapes. So you mind if I ask you and Scrapes a question today for the pod? Question is, do you think that are toxic traits and love languages connected? That's the question, Scrapes.
I don't know if I'm understanding this correctly, but I know back when I was toxic, a lot of chicks like me for the toxic shit I did. You know what I mean?
That's just you, but so if I'm being honest with you, attracting women through a toxic trait is just attracting broken women. You don't get quality women
that's where I'm
through a toxic trait. So I don't know if I wouldn't say
That's where I was gonna go with
you
it.
getting because there's a lot of broken people out here looking for love through looking for love through some broken people. You know, you find comfort in someone that's broken like you. A familiar, what is it? Something familiar. So I don't know if I wouldn't say that that's so much a love language, but all right. So what I mean by the question is, right? And let me use the examples. I wrote them down. So let me go get my little notebook because I can't remember everything because it is a fresh topic for me. You know what I mean? I typically don't do toxic trait thing. All right, here we go, Scrape. So they said that someone whose toxic trait is not asking for help, that their love language tends to be acts of service. Someone whose toxic trait is to isolate, that their love language tends to be quality time. Someone whose toxic trait is avoidance, that their love language tends to be physical touch. Impulsive shopping as a toxic trait. Gift giving is the love language. And then going silent as a toxic trait tends to be words of affirmation.
Kathy, you got this language behind me, and it's bothering me.
Her phone talking to somebody. We don't know who she talking to. She just saying things. She is like, oh man.
hate you. You're not in hate though.
Yeah, I love you. You're not in
You're
hate.
not in hate though. You can hate them, but you're not in hate.
Yeah, we love you, Kathy. I don't care if you hate me. I still love you. You and your little baseball jersey looking like you on Team Blue. You Team Blue, girl. You don't even know it. Shut up, fucking want to kiss your head. My toxic trait is I like to pick fights with women that aren't really fighting. I'll never stop. I don't care if it's toxic. You gonna love this shit. Anyway, back to you, Brody. You don't think they're connected? So what do you think? Where do you think toxic traits come from?
You still got the Clippers?
Toxic trait, I feel like you come from your back.
Or what do you think love? What do you think love language come from?
Same thing.
So they're not connected? This nigga proving himself. I got a dumb one here, guys. We got a dummy.
Don't put me on that damn camera. Don't put me on that damn camera.
You next, nigga. You know how it's going. First question is, do you think toxic traits and love language are connected, sir? All right, and why is that?
I think trauma don't necessarily mean no, it's about good.
Oh, my bad. I gotta do the haircut shit, man. You know, do both, man. Do both. Multitask.
I don't think trauma relates to how you necessarily want to be loved.
You don't think trauma relates to how you want to be loved?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Not all love comes from an absence of love.
I can agree with that. Do you think that how you receive love, how you process love is a learned thing? Is a product of your experience?
Yeah.
So would you say that a toxic trait is a product of your experience? Nigga, you about to say the same shit that he said.
Came here to argue
But
today.
correlation don't mean causation. They can be correlated, but they don't have to be related.
If they come from the same, I just said that you don't think they're connected. If they come from the same place, then are they not formed through experience?
Well, I mean, that means all emotions are correlated together.
Emotions or habits?
Both.
Because I don't think that I wouldn't say that a toxic trait is an emotion. I think a toxic trait is a psychological response, right? It's kind of like, well, it depends on what emotion. A response to what emotion, right? Because like when I was younger, my response to sadness was anger, because I thought that was masculine. I wanted to be a man. So if I got sad, I didn't want to cry. I would act mad, right? If something hurt my feelings, I was embarrassed, I would get mad, right?
A tantrum is a
Like-
toxic trait as a result from you being mad.
Yeah, so this was when I was younger because I didn't understand what the emotions were, right? As I got older and got more control or more, I wouldn't say control, I understood how to define what I was feeling in words versus just an action. I process it differently now, you know what I'm saying? But when I was growing up, my response to the emotion was a particular behavior. So I had different emotions, but the same behavior. Does that make sense? So I wouldn't say that behavior is an emotional thing because you can have an angry response to multiple emotions, at least from my experience, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't automatically couple someone who's screaming as he's just mad. Someone who's screaming could literally be frustrated and not have a way to articulate. You know, like babies cry because they don't have a way to articulate, so they cry for everything. They hungry, they cry, they poop. They go, what's wrong with it? We don't know what's going on. Baby's just crying. We know we got to do something because the baby knows if they cry, someone will come and eventually they'll get what they need. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you put language to it, use your words. Say something. Food. Okay, we can get the food. They realize if I say food, she'll feed me or he'll feed me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that when you say that toxic traits or emotional responses, I disagree simply because a toxic trait is typically an action and it can be rooted in different, it can be rooted from different emotions. You could do the same action from different emotions. That was it. I just wanted to make sure I made it clear. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm Blicky Lake right now. That's what he do. So what do you think about love language? You think they're formed the same way? You think they're just emotional responses?
I think, yeah, I do think those languages are emotional responses.
And you guys are both saying that toxic traits and love language, you do not think they're connected.
I mean, they're both emotional responses.
In the sense of like the nature of them, yes, but you don't think that the development of them are connected.
Depends on how broken the person is.
You know what? That's true because I'm coming to you in a second, but I'm gonna throw you a layup, a lob right quick. I think that there's a lot of, at least in my experience, I've seen a lot of women whose sexual preference stems from some of their behavior, like trauma or the way they think love should feel or look comes from the habits they've formed over their life or things they've experienced. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like someone who's had their physical body, their boundaries for touch violated at a young age, sometimes get that arousal through having like less control over their body sexually. I'm trying to keep it like PG simply because it's, I'm not trying to be crude about it, but like there's women that have that, you know what I'm saying? It's not rooted in a healthy experience, it's a negative experience, but now it's perverted their sexuality where they can't just have normal sex. They gotta have a little less control because that's what their experience was. They gotta set the boundary for them. So I do think they can come from a negative space or a positive space. That's it. Yeah, bro, you out, man. Yeah, come to the show more often, man. Get out to my man's, right? Nah, yeah, you don't ever have him cut. It's your barber, bro. Your barber don't ever want you to come through on Friday. He knew you was gonna make it, like you was gonna say something smart. It was a rough one for Scrapes. It's all right though, man. Scrapes be having good stuff, all right? Don't ever. My man did me trigonometry lessons in the middle of a game one day, man. My man's on point. I'm coming to you in a second, Phil. I know, Phil. I know you got a story for me. Phil got a story for everything. So there's my man, it's my brother, my man.
up on me. I gotta tell you about it.
He rolled the window up on you?
Listen, you can-
Hold on.
We streaming? We gonna put it on the stream, right?
Are we putting on his hold on. Let me. He rolled the what? Rolling the window up is disrespectful. No. You wanna? All right, we put it off the stream. I got it in a second. All right, here we go. So here's the question, bro. The topic we're having today is are toxic traits and love languages connected?
Yes, they are.
You think they are?
Yeah, I think they are. Like, and it's
Why?
funny because I sent it to one of my lady friends the other day, right? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much yin and yang. Hold on, I already pulled it up because I heard you talking. It's like when you realize people's toxic traits are,
That was the reason why I'm doing it.
yeah. It's like not asking for help, acts of service, isolating, quality time, avoidance, physical touch, impulsive shopping, gift giving, going silent, words of affirmation. You know, so yeah, it's a yin and yang when it comes to it, and they are connected. And like you said, like I wouldn't say I grew up in the best of households or the worst of households, but it was just like, you know, my mom. You know my mom.
Oh, I know, and I can see where the relationship is affected by it. So I guess, why do you think toxic traits and love languages are connected? Why did that resonate with you? What makes you feel like they are connected?
Because it's like you yearn. I mean, everybody wants love. Everybody wants love, and you just don't know how to ask for it. Like you're just like.
Do you feel like it's an absence of? So say if my toxic trait is avoidance, right? Is avoiding problems because I want to avoid. What was it was words of affirmation, right?
Yeah, going silent. Is
Avoidance.
Yeah. Avoidance is physical touch.
All right, so say my thing is when I don't feel like me and my girl are on good terms, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that we're having a good time. I don't think that we're able to talk to each other. Whatever the case may be. If I just feel like something could be going wrong, I avoid it because maybe in my past I've been yelled at, screamed on, hit before. So I avoid it because I don't want to trigger myself. It triggers something negative in me. I automatically have a trauma response of I don't want to deal with it, right? Which means that I won't even have the basic level of communication with her. So when I avoided as a kid, no one came through, no one followed up. I never got that affirmation or that that physical. I was by myself. When I avoided, I just got to be off in the corner by myself. Physical touch, because I didn't have that physical touch in those moments, it's like a completion of a broken piece. So I feel like the contrast of those two things is like the thing that you go to because you didn't get it is because you feel comfort and safety. It's like you have control. It's like you're trying to have control of the situation. You didn't get physical touch when you wanted it, so you avoid it. Like I don't really need physical touch. So getting the physical touch is like
power.
You didn't ask for it. It's like you needed it, but you're afraid to ask for it. So it's like getting the thing you need. But the reason why it's toxic is because you're trying to take control of your emotions by saying, I want touch, but if I act like I don't want it, I don't feel like I didn't get it, so my feelings don't get hurt. Versus you actually want the physical touch. When you can have the conversation of like, look, we need to speak. In these moments, I need to talk to you. But some people can't do that, can't have that conversation. So I feel like it just completes something that you never really got. So the reason why it's a love language is because you appreciate it more because you've always wanted it.
Yeah, but you don't want to. Well, in my case, you don't want to make it seem like, oh yeah, this is what I needed. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, thank you for this hug, but it's like, nah, I'm not gonna let you know that because I feel like if you let somebody know that you appreciate, but if you let them know how you feel, I feel like they kind of have a one-up on you, and I don't like that.
You don't like the idea of being vulnerable?
No, I don't, because the 2 times I was vulnerable.
Toxic trait. He's toxic. Pack it up. Pack it up. The guy's toxic.
I never said I wasn't toxic, my guy. Because I suck.
Nah, you're a good dude.
I mean, I'm a good dude.
But I suck.
I suck. Like to this day, like I want to say in 2 weeks, she's the love of my life. She doing well for herself. She doing well for herself, and I'm proud of her. But goddamn, I don't think about her. I was like, damn, that was the one that got away. Shit.
Woof.
Anyways, let me terrorize everybody else. Just because I hurt myself because I wasn't vulnerable with her, and she needed somebody that could be honest. So I'm hurting myself.
Listen. I'm out here giving out therapy sessions, you know what I'm saying? Blicky Lake, every night, 8 to 9. You know what I'm saying? Saturday, Fridays I come here with these niggas and let
Hey,
these
better
niggas ride
than Jenny
it from the
Jones.
river. Hey, look, I'm gonna go talk to my man, Professor Phil. Give me my damn glasses, nigga. All right, so here we go. Phil, today's topic is, are toxic traits and love languages connected?
Yeah.
Do you think they're connected?
Toxic traits and love connection.
He said Phil thinks it's a trick
I'm
question.
living it. I'm living it.
You live it? No. Are toxic traits and love languages connected? Yes or no? Do you think they're connected? Why do you think they're connected?
Because, man, people crazy. But yet you fall in love with them anyway.
Okay. So I never thought about the fact that avoidance could be not you avoiding thing, but the person that you care about has avoidance as a toxic trait. So then you go over and you show them, physical touch because that's your love language, because you look for people who are avoiding. So you feel more appreciated for the physical touch. That's your love language. So maybe I never thought about it that way. But now I'm talking about for you personally. Like for you, say something bothers you, so you go silent, and then you words of affirmation. If you go silent, then you want words of affirmation. Want people to tell you, Phil, you're a good dude. Phil, you're a great barber. Phil, you're a great dad. Like you want people to reaffirm that you're good. But when you get bothered or you get, upset, feeling certain, whatever the case may be, you stop talking to people. You just come in, you're quiet, you don't say anything at all. So I mean, like, do you think those things are connected, like within a person?
Yeah, because you want to be treated a certain way, respected. If they don't do it, you just shut down. Like, man, I don't see you. You know what I'm saying? Until they acknowledge you.
So why do you think that is?
If you feel disrespected some type of way, most times.
Where do you think it comes from? I feel like I'm not asking you the right fucking question because you kind of keep saying the same answer. So what I'm trying to get you to do, I'm trying to get you to describe how do you build up a toxic trait or a love language. Do you think you can build one, or is it just where you are?
So if you're upset with another person, and the person upset with you, and y'all just beefing or what have you. So you get tired of that. You know that was your friend.
You got time?
So you know that was your friend all in all. So you go silent for a little while, and after I love him, let's make up. That's when the love language comes in, and y'all both sorry, and then y'all try not to make the same mistake before, and then it probably happens again on another level, and just keep going. Let you know, here come the babies.
Okay. Phil is a toxic trait. Phil said, "I am the problem."
I talked to him like 2 days ago, Sean.
All right, so let me come ask the brothers. Hey, my man, hey, say what up, Kev?
What up, kid?
Kev, question for you today is, so you mind me recording, I'm sorry? All right. I'm making sure I gotta be careful, you know what I'm saying? I don't wanna get busted in the head. Y'all look like y'all about that action. Are toxic traits and love languages connected?
Yes and no.
No, you can't yes or no me. What the fuck? You hear him? Yes or no? If your child, you said you wash your dishes, yes or no? You hear yourself? This is how you get busted in the back of the head. Like, come on, man. Yes or no? Can I pick one?
Okay, I'm going yes.
Why are they connected? He would come over here blowing that fucking. Look at him. Look at him. You ain't need to do that. I'ma fight him. I'ma beat his ass. He getting fucked up. When this show's off, when this show over, I'm busting his little skinny ass. Go ahead. I was giving him compliments. His shit is compliments and ass whoopings. That's how he did. All right, go ahead.
Because somebody's love language could be toxic to you.
I'm just talking about you. I mean, not you, but a singular person. Do you think that toxic traits and love language are connected in a singular person? And are you saying like someone's... Because your love language is your language. It has nothing to do with another person.
Right. That's your personality.
Yeah, so I'm talking about toxic traits and love language in the
Toxic
person.
traits is you. They connected in that way that they all come from the same person.
But do you think that they're formed do you think they're formed the same way? How do you form a toxic trait? Or do you think you're just born with it? I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna throw you a lob, okay?
It's something you develop over time.
I would say that it's a habit, right? Because a toxic trait is just it's an emotional response, a habitual emotional response to whatever kind of like stressor. It could be like when you get angry, you act a certain way. When you get sad, you act a certain way. When you're when you get a lot of anxiety, you act a certain way. Whatever that emotion is that triggers that particular response. I'm not saying this. That anxiety is toxic. I'm saying that pancakes in her pocket. You know what I'm saying? Oh, paper plate back.
Miss 6 o'clock.
Fuck out of here. 6 o'clock.
Straight up, straight down.
Double back. That's what I call them. Double barrel. Double barrel back piece.
All right, back to
Nah, what I'm gonna say is what you call it. Commercial break me, please. It's funny. What I'm saying is, you don't have, because you have an emotion doesn't have to make it a negative thing. How you respond to the emotion. If every time you get angry, you break something, you know what I'm saying? You're overly emotional.
Toxic traits are emotional. That's just something that you do. It doesn't have to do with.
But
emotion.
how would you
Are
form
saying
something you?
specifically in relationships?
No, how do you form something that you do? By doing it over and over again, right?
Yes.
So how do you build that doing it over and over again? Like by doing it over and over again, right? So you have to say
What might be toxic in this relationship might not be toxic in that one.
a toxic trait is just, I get you, but I think that if it's not toxic to that person, something like avoiding talking to you because something bothered me is toxic in general. Like having a problem and not correcting the problem is always going to be toxic. But someone who also has toxic traits or unresolved trauma might be okay with the fact that you don't speak to them when you're upset. So now you're with someone who just reaffirms your avoidance. You know what I'm saying? So you actually don't deal with the problem. You guys don't solve anything. You just snowball into the next problem. So toxic traits is because they don't resolve things, they don't grow. You stay stunted. So I think it is toxic no matter where you're at, because someone that allows you to not grow isn't good for you. They got to water you, right? They got to water your soul and your spirit.
Well, maybe you got a person that handles it in a different way that brings that out.
You just like to fight, right? Nah, because you just avoid anything I say to you. Your toxic trait is that you're an asshole. Now, what's a love language? How you form a love language?
Things that you like in a relationship, I guess.
Got,
And a woman.
yo, my man got the blicky.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
commercial break me, please. That's a 2024 bottle.
yeah, I see what you're doing out here, man.
Thank you, man.
All right, so your vote is that toxic traits and love languages are not connected.
No, not connected.
Damn. Show's going differently than I thought it would. Scrape's actually the only one that messed up today. What's up, brother? Hey, I love you, man. You ain't stupid. You're the smartest man I know. Hey, can I ask you a question for today? Question today is, are toxic traits and love languages connected? What I mean is like going silent. Like say me and you together, we get to beefing, you stop talking, right? And which would be a toxic trait. Not talking is a toxic trait. But your love language is words of affirmation. So you like to be reaffirmed. It's like you're beautiful, you're kind, you know what I'm saying? Like those things do it for you. Words of affirmation work. That's your love language. You like when people talk to you. But you also, when you get negative emotions, like you get stressed or overwhelmed, you stop talking. That's like a toxic trait of yours. You don't actually say, hey, I'm overwhelmed right now. So like, do you think those are connected to each other? They sound good, so I always say.
Yeah, I mean.
Same thing with Gay said that someone who's like an impulsive buyer, that their love language tends to be gift giving. Like when they spend a lot of money, that they find love when people give them gifts. Someone who someone whose toxic trait is avoidance tends to have the love language of physical touch.
But then it's like if it's so toxic, and that's your love language at the same time, then it's like you're constantly being enabled to continue with your toxic trait.
So do you think they're connected?
I mean, yeah, they.
I don't have the answer, Sway. I'm just out here trying to break it down. I heard it, I liked it, I wanted to talk about it more. So I was like, let me bring it to the shop because I don't have an answer. I personally, I think that toxic traits and love languages absolutely can be connected. I wouldn't say that everybody's toxic trait is linked to their love language, but I can see where they can be, right? Like where I like to take time to process my feelings because in the past, I've been angry about everything. Like if something embarrassed me, I respond by being angry because I thought that was more masculine. Anger is like an acceptable emotional response from a man. Something made me angry and I cried. I feel like that wasn't very masculine. As a kid, you know what I'm saying? Now as an adult, I'm like, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling that way? And then I have that conversation with that person. Hey, that pissed me off when you did X, Y, Z. I really didn't like that. If you cannot do that going forward, and if the person says, you know, I don't have the patience or I don't, whatever, however they say, if they tell me they don't care enough to change the behavior, I just don't give that person access to me in that way anymore. You know what I'm saying? I can't control how people treat me or act. I think it was Gandhi that said it, or it was an Indian philosopher. He said that giving is the most powerful thing in the world. That's what he said, right? It blew my mind. He was like, if I want someone to love me, he said, they cannot love me, and now I'm powerless, right? But he said, but if I want to love someone, they can never stop me. Can no one stop me from loving you? If I want to give someone patience, can no one stop me from giving someone patience? I can give them as much patience as I want to give them. They can't stop me from giving patience to them. They can't stop me from being nice to them. They can't. If I give people affection, whatever the case may be, giving can't be stopped. Whereas asking someone to give you something can be stopped. And I was like, that blew my fucking mind. I was like, you give people patience, you give people love, you give people opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it was a cool thing. But I said I have to be like, I can see where the toxic traits are connected with each other when it comes to love languages. Because I can see if you did not get something, if your toxic trait was developed through a lack of touch, so now you isolate because when you were a kid, you wanted more affection from your parents, or you wanted more affection from the first person you ever liked, and they never gave it to you. So then you're like, I avoid situations that make me feel negatively because I don't want to feel negatively anymore. But when you get physical touch, because you never learned to ask for it, or if you did ask for it, you never got it, so you just stopped asking, it means more to you. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I can see where they could be connected. So question to you is, do you think that their toxic traits and toxic traits and love language are connected? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Where do you think toxic traits are born from?
Toxic. Well,
I'm gonna ask you the same exact questions, Brody. So look, she sucks at being put on the spot. So she's actually doing really good today. Hey. Today we killing it. Normally she be here, she be in this, she'll be fucking her up. She be in this joint like, it's Friday, and but today she killing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you today. We killing it right now. we might get some usable clips.
you know what?
All right. So where do you think they come from? Toxic traits. Where do you think they come from?
Well, we just talked about that.
No, I talked about it. You got to talk about it now.
So, but I agree with you. From a lack of whatever. You know,
Okay.
not getting it as a kid, or maybe from a spouse or whoever.
Okay. And where do you think love languages come from?
I think love languages is just a deep down desire of like how you how you want people to treat you.
I can dig it. All right, Brody, you're next on the chopping block. First question is, do you think toxic traits and love languages are connected?
I do.
Why is that?
I think like people get the two mixed up. They are connected, but they're not the same. And people kind of use like the excuse of it being toxic as like, no, that's just my love language. You just don't understand. And it could even work like vice versa. But honestly, I just think like the biggest problem with that question is like it's kind of like hypocritical, because it's like if people want to say like, or if they have a problem with, somebody else and they say that's just my love language, it's just how I am, like that's just how I operate, and then they try and manipulate the situation and say like you can't accept me for this or that, and then that in itself is a toxic
Like lack of accountability is like,
Yeah. So I mean, like they are connected, but I just think it's like it's very important to know why and to know the difference between the two.
But that's what I was saying, because if you keep indulging in the love language that is your toxic trait, then it's like you're gonna continuously be toxic.
So I don't specifically mean that avoidance is a love language, right? Like toxic traits tend to, the way I defined it, put an extra ed on there. The way I defined toxic trait is that a toxic trait doesn't help you grow, right? Doesn't help you grow and the person you're with grow. So when I say something like, let's say. Isolation, like when something bothers me in a relationship, whatever relationship, it doesn't have to be romantic, but I'm speaking romantically because of the love language aspect, right? So if my toxic trait is that I isolate, and I can isolate from anything, from work, I can isolate from family, I can isolate from girlfriends, from kids, from whatever. Excuse me, if isolation is my toxic trait, I tend to not deal with, when I'm dealing with something that's stressful, I take myself out of everything. I don't want to go out, I don't want to talk to people. If that's my toxic trait, I don't grow from that. Like if I isolate versus dealing with it and saying, yo, how do I get out of this? Why am I overwhelmed? What do I need to do? Say with somebody, I don't know, someone hurt my feelings and I isolate myself. That person never got to deal with and correct that behavior. We never correct the behavior. I never bettered the situation. And then I just isolate. And then when I'm over the isolation period, I go back to that situation just to be re-stimulated and like re-triggered and then re-isolate. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm just a nigga that disappear every couple of months because I don't know how to tell you, hey, I don't like the way you talk to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that stunts growth. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be growing. So for me, a toxic trait isn't not the isolation part, but the part where you're not growing, you're not getting better. And in a relationship, you both should be like, they say something where, I think you've posted it before, something like, it should water your soul, it should water your spirit. You should nurture each other. You know what I'm saying? I think it's on both people to nurture each other. So if the person you're with isn't making you grow, by condoning a toxic behavior that doesn't let you guys grow as a couple or whatever the case may be, then you both aren't growing, you both are stagnant, and that makes it toxic. A love language is how you receive love, how love translates to you. Because some people, when I said at this bar, I was like, because some women think that in abusive relationships that loving black guys get the same sensation. If he's angry enough to hit me, then he must really love me. You know what I'm saying? So like it translates to love to them because of whatever fucking defect or what is the word I'm looking for? Perversion of love they have, you know what I'm saying? That they developed over time. So you can have these things where you receive love in a different way from somebody else. So love language and toxic trait isn't the same thing to me because one is avoiding growth, opposition, because human bodies are things you have to break down to build up. Like I do fitness, so you have to rip your muscles for you to grow new muscles. And that's the same for your emotions. You have to go through difficult times to have stronger emotions. Everything about a human body is about the breakdown. The hard times make you stronger. So if you avoid hard things, if you isolate from hard conversations, if you if you try to buy yourself, I'm gonna go shopping instead of going over here and telling somebody that my feelings are hurt. Those things translate to you not growing, to avoiding growth, to being weak. Not being weak, staying weak and staying vulnerable to those things bothering you later on. Whereas a love language is about building you up, bigging you up, and making you feel well. But people that have toxic traits, I think they are connected. Because I think they both come from a similar place. You learn your love language around the same time you learn your toxic traits. And your love language can be augmented based off your toxic trait. At least that's me. Bro, please upload this live. I just heard something that I want to talk to my wife. Absolutely, I'm going to save it. You ain't got to say less, bro. I appreciate you for coming through. I absolutely put up there. What do you want to talk to your wife about? I want to know. I want to be nosy. I want to be nosy. Hey, y'all should get on the pod. I'm doing Blicky Lake tonight, 8 to 9. Y'all should get on the Blicky Lake show. Oh, y'all know about my Blicky Lake show? So Blicky Lake, every night, 8 to 9, I watch an episode of Ricky Lake on my live stream, and we review the episode together. Fam, no, first off, Ricky Lake was a good ass show. It's so good. And the only reason I'm doing it is because I do fitness, and my brother is like, this nigga box all the time. I literally teach boxing all day. Like, I box all day, and I go home, pick up my dog. Yes, that's not me. That's another coach. I don't even put my flyers in here, bro. I literally I don't want more business because I literally want to spend time with my daughter. The only reason I do it because it lets me have control of my schedule. Somehow, some way, I make enough money to live in fucking Northern Virginia. I just realized the other day that I'm like blessed, but I be feeling like I don't do enough. But I'm like, but I get off. I'm done by 2. I get my daughter. I'm literally chilling with my kid, 2 o'clock to whenever we be up. And it's summertime too. Oh, we lit. She go to work with me. She go home, play video games, eat candy, go to fucking. We get Slurpee. We just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I only do trips. I always do. I did a lot of summer camp shit. So this has nothing to do with the podcast. I do a lot of summer camp shit. So I run my house like a summer camp. So there's like a theme for the week. So when she come home, there's a theme. We doing one thing for the week, and then she leaves. She's like, yeah, man, that's fucking great this weekend. Come home, boom, new theme. You know what I'm saying? So I literally wanted to be a dad. I mean, every time I do this show, I wanted to be a dad since I was in 2nd grade, bro. This is like, I was built for this shit. Especially with a little girl. I always want a little girl. Say less. Protect and serve. That's all I gotta do. Can't you just be a woman? Protect and serve. Nigga, sign me up. We gonna do 500 push-ups a day just so I can make sure. Because I'm gonna age out of the whole daddy protection agency. Like at some point, these little niggas you dating gonna be bigger than me. I can get one nigga out the way and that's it. You know what I'm saying? One blick, one pull. You know what I'm saying? One pull. I'm in prison for the rest of my life. You had better learn your lesson. That's about it. You know what I mean? Just don't bring no knuckleheads around. We good. But I would say, I think that the So what I did was my brother was like, he don't do no fitness content. Instead, he out here trying to be Ricky Lake. And we all laughed at me. And because I'm petty, I was like, well, nigga, I'll do Blicky Lake then. From now on, I'm going to do a fucking talk show on my podcast. Every night I go home for 45 minutes on that thing, so watching Ricky Lake with the homies. That shit is fun, though. I didn't know Ricky Lake was that fucking good. That shit is great. If you can catch episode 4, episode 4 was amazing. We got episode 5. I mean, episode 5. I think she had a new show. I think she got a new show. They revamped it. I think. I'm trying to watch the old ones, though, because the outfits are crazy. Outfits are, the 90s, her shoulders are crazy because he's a striped-ass shoulder. Remember the shoulder pads? Her shoulders are crazy, but I ain't said nothing about it. I let her have her moment. But the characters, the people that come on the show, bruh. Anyway, y'all can catch the show later. Y'all see me at 8 tonight. Nah, so we're both saying, you guys are both saying, yes, they are connected. And do you think they're formed the same way? Back to the actual content. Do you think they're formed the same way? Do you think that your toxic trait and your love language are formed around the same time? Formed at the same time? Yes or no? Love language and toxic traits.
I think it depends. It depends on the situation. I mean, like, you could be a very, like, full person before you get into a relationship. And then something about that person could make you question, like, everything about yourself. And then that's sort of where some toxic traits may develop that you've never seen. Like, some people bring the worst out of you, like how they bring the best out of you. So, like, I feel like sometimes when presented with certain situations, toxic traits manifest through another person's, like, misconstrued, as you said earlier, like, love language. You know what I mean? Like, somebody else's, like, love language is, like, literally causing you to develop these toxic traits as a result. So, yeah.
I'm always gonna wonder, like, for me, I guess this is what I wanted to ask you when you first started talking. What's your toxic trait, bro?
My toxic trait?
Or do you think you not have one?
No, I definitely do. I definitely do. Like,
These one nigga honest. One nigga said no, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, like, but I just think that my biggest one is, like, I disassociate. Whenever, like, I'm uncomfortable with the situation, and it'll have nothing to do, it'll literally just be, like, me, myself, like, my own personal stuff. Usually, like, I disassociate, and, like, as a result, like, it's affected some, like, relationships I've had in the past because they feel like they're the problem, and I wasn't always good with communication. So, yeah, probably, like, disassociation and communication.
So if you know that, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you know that, do you think it's something that even with you knowing, because I have a disrespect trigger, right? Mm-hmm. Like, in the physical, and it's funny is that I like physical touch, but don't fucking touch me. Like, not a love thing, but like, say me and you got to arguing, right? Yeah. And I decided now I'm mad, and whatever happened, I'm angry, right? Mm-hmm. And someone tries to break us up, but they grab me to pull me away. Don't fucking touch me. At that point, it's like, I don't like to be touched. Or if I don't know you, I'm out and I'm partying, whatever, and someone push me, it's not the push, but the fact that you touch me and I don't know you and I didn't give you permission to touch me is triggering for me. You know what I'm saying? So like now I'm triggered because you put hands on me. So like I have those particular triggers, but I know those things about myself. Yeah. So I take an extra second when I feel someone touch, like, yo, please, for the love of fucking God, do not put your hands on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I extra, like, yo, and I'll even leave the situation because I'm like, that moment of snapping and raging and getting that momentary, like, fix it, you know, I don't have to prove I'm a man to anybody. I think in my head I'm trying to prove that I'm still a tough guy. I'm a man, you know what I mean? Like, that's not being a man. I think a man is being a monster and controlling it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's, to me, like, that's my new definition. I had to redefine, identify, and hold on to those things, and that's fucking hard to do. So just the fact you know, I want you to know, is a real big step, but you can't be like, nah, I know, and I'm keep doing the same old, you're doing the same old shit. Like, that shit is like, not.
I mean, that's why, like, you know, I'm purposely, like, going out of my way to, like, not be involved with someone, like, past a certain extent, because I know that there are things that, like, I need to work out with myself, and, like, I mean, that doesn't mean I'm just out here, you know, like,
being a dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, you
being
a dog, nigga. It's
like
all right, bro.
No,
hey, look. Hey, nigga, sometimes you gotta be.
And I'm saying, like, you know, that nothing, and, you know, more power to people, whoever, you know, everybody deals with things their own way. I mean, like, I've been on both sides of it, but I just really feel like, just, like, it feels selfish, and as a result, it feels good because like I'm like selfishly working on myself and not like just throwing myself at whatever.
Nah, bro. And it's something I realized through other things is that I find I like the idea of being addicted to my own growth and success. I make a list, right? And I did this before. I haven't done it recently. I'm not gonna say I make a list. I used to do this thing during the best time of my life, like ever, was during this time where I was trying to be better, a better version of me. So I made a list, and my boy held me accountable. Shout out to John Ballantyne, bro. Greatest fucking friend I ever had in my life, bro. Like I have great friends, but like this particular time I was just really low and hard on myself. And he was like, "What did you do today?" Was a question he asked me. "What did you do today?" I was like, "What do you want to do?" First, he asked me what I wanted to do. I told him what I wanted to do. I gave him these goals, right? And I didn't have a plan for him. I just made a goal. He goes, "Okay, what's the first thing you got to do?" He's like, "I don't know." He goes, "Well, make a plan of what you got to do." He's like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Make a plan." I was like, "All right." He goes, "Do it. I'll call you back in an hour." I was like, "What you talking about?" He goes, "Make the plan. I'll call you back in an hour." He called me back in an hour. The plan wasn't done. He goes, "I'll call you back in 20 minutes." The plan was done. He goes, "All right, cool. What's the first thing to do?" "All right, cool. Can you do that tonight?" I was like, "Nah, I can't do it till the morning." "What time they open?" 8 o'clock. He goes, "I'll call you at 9. 8 o'clock I call. You know, like, little shit. It's not, it sounds like it's busy. It wasn't busy. It was little shit. It was really little shit, bro. There was nights I stayed up all night finishing a song, making the cover art, uploading it. I was just excited to do it. I didn't sleep at all. I'd call him in the morning. I'd wake him up. "Hey, bro, I just did 12 things. All my lists were longer than the time I had to do them, but I would still get most of that shit done. Like I got addicted to the process of getting things done. So then I started getting things done, and my growth was different. My progress was different. I got a lot of things accomplished in that time frame, but it was because I made a habit out of working on me and doing things for me. And I would tell you that's the best place to be. But you got to give yourself a goal, and the goal can't be I'm just gonna work on me. It got to be like make a list, identify that shit. Cause man, when I tell you like I'm trying to do it again now, but I feel like as I got older, I let life wear me out. You know what I mean? Like I feel like, not the toxic trait, but I feel like I let life wear me out where now I think I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow because I got this like false sense of security of time, not realizing that it's going away. I have less time left every fucking day. So like I'm starting to be a little bit more like, hey, what am I gonna do today? You know what I'm saying? I could do a little more. I can take a little time. Let me take a pause right quick. Let me go put this online. What do I want to accomplish? Right. What can I do to accomplish that? You know what I'm saying? Like I made days, I'm block scheduling. Like I got a calendar, color coordinated, blocked by level of importance. Yeah. Oh, this is an orange, this is a red, this is a green, this is a blue, this is a yellow. Different days. The alarm goes off, I go to what I got to do. Oh, gotta go. That's it. This time thing's over. Like exactly. It's fucking fun and I like it. But I tell you, bro, if you're gonna have it, you're gonna know. Don't just know and not do it. You gotta know and make a plan, bro. That's like what the next step.
No, you're absolutely right about that.
So, my question for you before I get out of here: what's your toxic trait? Had all the words 2 seconds ago. What's your toxic trait? This nigga know exactly what her toxic trait is. I'm trying to guess. Do I want to put it on the pie? Do I want them to know?
You know what? I just kind of like I isolate.
You would think that isolation is your toxic trait?
I mean, I'm not really though, because I like sometimes you need to isolate, but to other people, it's maybe not. You know, they don't see it that way. I see it as like I need to recruit.
Is it in response to a stressor, or are you just like isolation in general? Because there's a difference between being like an introvert and you being triggered into isolation, where you're doing something and you're saying like, yo, something triggered me and now I want to isolate. There's a difference between those two things. So I agree with you. I think that isolation is not necessarily unhealthy, right. But I would say isolation in response to a stressor, it could be unhealthy.
Yeah, okay, because then like sometimes I'll just shut everything down and stuff just doesn't get done.
Which is the toxic part. that's the toxic. So I'm glad we had this conversation. We go back and talk to the homies. Phil doing work, man. I appreciate you. Hey, what up, Craig? Craig, guys, your question, man. Move this food, bro. Every time I come in this joint, son.
What you got, Phil?
About to fart on these plates. Nah, it's playing. All right, so the question for the day is, are toxic traits and love languages connected?
Toxic traits and love languages.
Are toxic traits and love languages connected?
Wow. Toxic trait and love. No.
Okay,
You know,
why do you say that?
Well, I mean, I think toxic traits are just things are not cultural, but they were like a peer thing. You know what I mean?
Peer thing. What do you mean?
Yeah,
peer
like so
thing?
your friends, like
You about to?
people
Look,
are
I can tell you right now, he about to piss me off. You ready, y'all? Y'all ready? Watch this shit.
Yeah, no, toxic traits you just get like from your friends or people who you hang out with. You know what I'm saying? Love language is just it's almost inbred. You know what I mean? Like for example, my mother's and my mother's love language is money. You know what I'm saying? Anything if you sit up there and say that money, but her toxic traits was like she didn't take care of her kids. Does that you understand what I'm saying?
So, when you say didn't take care of your kids, you take care of herself. She like, well, is she upkept?
Yeah, but
So
for example,
they said that a toxic trait could be spending, right? Where how they spend their money could be a toxic trait. Like your toxic trait is that you spend irresponsibly, but then your love language is gift giving. It's literally one of the toxic traits, not contradicting, but one of the things they said was that if your toxic trait is spending, is like spending money crazy or whatever, that your love language tends to be gift giving. You literally just described that.
she wasn't a spender. She like you can just say hey ma, I'll give you $20. You know what I'm saying? Like it was always like if money was involved, she'll definitely do it. You know what I mean? And I kind of put that to a lot of people. My ex-girlfriend was like that. Money. But
They said if boys and men will, as a child, you developed your love language based off your relationship with your mom. So like if you dated women that emulated that, it could be because of your relationship with your mom. She could have fucked you up, bro.
you know what? That is not a thing I can argue. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, my mom fucked me up too.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I didn't realize it till recently that I got like a fear of rejection.
Yeah.
But that's like one of my things. I don't want to be rejected, so I tend to put up with a lot of bullshit from
Nobody
girls.
rejecting you, Blucci.
Hey, they do, and you know what's funny? I don't
That's a fib.
really be caring.
The
I really
first
don't,
time I ever heard this man lie.
I don't be caring because I be thinking like, my mom used to leave all the time, so no big deal. But I do care.
But,
And I used to tell myself I didn't, but I do care. And then the other thing was abandonment, right? Because my mom wasn't around much, so I kind of have this thing where, I'll be like, I'm alright. I don't really need a girl here. She can be gone. It's cool, but I do.
Well, a lot of that is, being the man thing. You know what I'm saying? That, man ain't supposed to cry. Man ain't supposed to do that. So, there's a lot.
We talking about us right now.
Yeah,
We bonding.
yeah,
Fuck
but-
that man
yeah,
shit. I'm
yeah,
talking about you. Your mom got you. My mom got me. We should make a fucking Facebook group
No,
and just
straight
meet
up,
up.
straight
and be
up.
like, yo, how's
Yeah.
your mom get you? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
now I'm
straight
dating
up.
a bunch of buckethead ass girls because my mom fucked me up and I blame her. She need to pay for my therapy.
I definitely can agree with that stuff. I agree with that. But I think toxic, all that toxic stuff comes from, this new Gen Z thing. Everybody's looking for, it's always something with the
Oh,
new
nah,
Gen
fuck
Z.
that. Hurt people,
You know what
hurt
I'm saying?
people. And
My
I've
man,
heard-
hold on, I gotta comment. My man said, "Oh my God, that is the exact example I'm going through. She fine, but she spent sometimes a bit too much helping others when she almost got nothing. That shit is toxic trait. Number one, Brody. That needs it, and it's not
She
something
ain't
you
got
can
nothing, but
fix.
she helping everybody.
Toxic trait is spending, but love trait is helping people. Yeah, you gotta. I mean. I was telling homeboy, you gotta identify. Once you identify, you gotta deal with it. So wait, you didn't answer the question, Brody. Do you think that toxic traits and love languages are connected? You gotta let me know in the comments. Do you think that? Because I think they are.
I don't think they're connected. I think there's.
Where do you develop a toxic trait?
Like I said.
No. Where do you develop one? Like, how do you get a toxic trait? Where do you think it comes from?
Yeah. Well, then again, it's your upbringing. It's got to be.
And where do you get your love language?
Yeah. You're right.
No, but-
from your upbringing.
So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
come
yeah.
from the same place,
I
but they're
agree.
not connected.
I can
Okay.
definitely agree. I can agree.
We got another dummy. We got another dummy. Where's Scrapes at? We got a dummy.
I got one.
Somebody, bro, do you want to answer the question? I wouldn't call you. I swear to God, I wouldn't call you. No. All right. It's just.
Like the shit comes from trauma for real.
You think it comes from? Oh, I gotta switch hands. This is fucking bullshit.
Where Red at today?
He's at a family reunion, so it's just me.
Nah,
It's just me today.
Nah, the shit comes from trauma. For
Hey,
real.
bro,
Like,
how's the audio?
Nah,
'Cause
man,
let me
I
see
got
my
one
microphone's
last
working.
awesome lamb.
Nah, I'm gonna say it come from trauma. Like I remember one time, like it don't, like it mattered, but it don't matter. I remember, like you in elementary school, like I was dating this girl in like 5th grade and shit, and it was like, oh yeah, we all doing that lovey-dovey shit. Then on Valentine's Day, she wrote me like, she's like, oh no, I like this guy, I'm breaking up with you, and I was hurt. Then I went to my mom and I was just like, oh boo, I'm all upset. And my mom was just like, whatever, there's plenty of fish in the sea. And I'm crying because it's like, that ain't what I wanted to hear. But my dad, like, Adam was like, yeah, Like he kind of like consoled me through it, and he was like, man, you know, you just gotta be you. And then I realized me ain't like. He ain't gonna be. He's just like, oh, you hurt me, like you hurt me emotionally. I'm gonna just hurt you mentally. And that's that.
You know,
He literally just explained his supervillain origin story on the live. I want y'all to know like how he came out. Hey man, you wanna get a plate? Give me 5, get Craig 20, we good. Give me 5, give Craig 20, we'll be good.
I'll be back. I'll be back in 2 weeks, and I'll have.
2 weeks. What happened every week?
No, I'm just. He said he come here every other week. I'll be back. I'll be here next Friday.
Nah, you be slacking.
Nah, he be slacking too. I don't know if you be slacking. I just agree with you. I just agree with you because you my brother, man. You say he's slacking, he's slacking. You about that.
If
That's what I'm saying.
if I can't come, I'm always calling Kev and be like, Kev, you know, let everybody know I ain't coming today. But realizing this stuff, you know, you said something a minute ago, you know, if you realize that you have these toxic traits, you know, male and female, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I think that's a big thing as well, to realize, you know, that what you are or you have or identifying more or less, identifying the fact that
I call it
you've been hurt.
taking emotional inventory, right? You take an emotional inventory of where you're at,
Right.
Of what emotion you're feeling, why you're feeling that way, and then you got to figure out where you're trying to get to, right? Like if you're upset, you're like, okay, I'm upset, and I'm upset because of this, and it's like, can I bring myself down? It's like, nah, not right now. I need time to come down, and it's okay. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be fucking hurt. You're allowed those things.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. So you take emotional inventory where you're at, why you're that way, and then you decide, am I equipped to come down from this? If I'm not, then I need to create the environment where I can come down from this. Because no one wants to be held hostage by. This woman said this thing. She said this thing that blew my mind. It was maybe like a year or two ago. She said, dealing with the emotion to deal with it with the emotion and not in the emotion, right? And it's just the wordplay, but like think about that, right? To deal with something with the emotion, like being with your anger or being with your sadness and saying, hey, why am I say sad? You know, hey, sadness, what's going on? Like dealing with it as an emotion, as a separate thing. Like you are not your anger, you're not your sadness. And for a long time, I was my anger. So like when I heard her say it, it gave me like the magic spell, or like it gave me this understanding of like, oh shit, like, you know, like why am I angry, you know, and dealing with it separate from being in the emotion of anger, because then you do shit, you break shit, you hurt people, like you're in that feeling. So I think identification of the feeling is a superpower.
No, that's what's up. I mean, a lot of people just don't identify with things of that nature. You know, they a lot of people, we're taught to hold back our emotions and things of that nature, especially conservative people.
Kind of like when you're in a relationship and you're not happy in a relationship, so you do shit in a relationship you shouldn't do in that relationship. Yeah. And we gonna say, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You know what it be like.
Or even when people sit up and say, "Oh, I need to work on myself." You know what I'm saying? To me, I
fucking love work on myself because you could work. No, not in a like yo, Craig. This is the third time Craig brought that. I don't know. Whichever one of you buckethead girls told him that shit, Craig been hurt. You done fucked Craig up for life. You done brought that shit up 8 times.
But what you said though about, you know what I'm saying, like what you said about the whole like an inventory on yourself. Like I took inventory on myself. And like I said, I realized I lost like one of the best things ever in my life, and I'll never get that back. Like, I will never get it back. But but the thing is, I will live my truth, and I understand. It's like, hey, I'm gonna take it out on everybody else. Not I'm just like, hey, fuck it. Like because I'm hurt, because I know I done goofed. So I'm like, hey, look, hey, little shorty, like, we only went out 2 times. Like, hey, let's get married because it'll be funny. I'm going to cheat on you. But it's okay, though.
It's all right. At least
it's okay because I'm hurt. Because it's like, hey, I'm not going to get whatever the fuck I wanted. So I'm just going to have fun in the meantime in between.
Why in the healthier thing be to heal from that?
What? Because, like, nah.
Heal from what? To heal from the fact that you feel like you'll never...
Because I'm selfish, bro. Like, I want.
Oh, there you go. I'm being selfish.
I just said that. It's like, I live my truth. It's like, I wanted what I wanted,
and that is the example of being in the emotion of hurt versus being with the emotion of hurt. Because he could easily not be like that.
We hop skipping and jumping me in the emotion.
We in there.
The emotion is like we skipping. We skipping through the dandelions
guys,
and all.
We've been up for an hour. That's as long as I'm doing for the day. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate everybody that stopped in for the podcast. Again, if you have an answer for the question is, are toxic traits and love languages connected? First off, I know this man didn't just point at me and tell me what to do with this show. Now, if you ever seen an old man get his ass whipped, you watch right here.
I've seen it before.
You say something else. Who am I asking? Asking Unc? Can I ask you a question for the pod?
Talk to me.
Hey, question is this, brother. Are toxic traits and love languages connected?
Toxic tricks.
Toxic traits, like things like isolation, like avoidance. Are toxic traits and love languages connected?
So last time,
Interesting question. Can you give me some examples, some context?
All right, so say you with your woman and you get upset. Well, not you. You get into an argument with your woman. You're like, yo,
Yeah.
baby, I need you to, I just got home. Like, can you give me a second to chill out? And, you ask her for space.
Yeah.
And because you asked her for space, the way you asked her for whatever triggers her, right?
Yeah.
So now she's not speaking to you. She's not talking to you. She's out. She's in the house, not being mean, but she's off in the room, not around you at all whatsoever, right? And she can, whatever the case may be, you're like, I just asked for a little space. You weren't even angry. You weren't even
Yeah,
frustrated.
yeah.
You were just saying,
Yeah.
man, give me a second to come in from the house.
Yeah.
So she avoids you for the rest of the day, right? But at the same time, her avoiding you, her love language is physical touch. You go into the room and you're like, come here, baby, give her a hug, and it reassures her that everything's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But her toxic trait was avoidance, right? The moment it got wrong, instead of saying like, hey, I need, I need to be around you right now. You know what I'm saying? I need time with you. When can I come over and spend time? Communicating would have been ideal, because that's how you have a healthy relationship. But instead of having a healthy and having that building moment, she avoids it, right? So that's what I mean. A toxic trait is something that is either avoids growth or is detrimental to your growth. And then the love language is how they receive love. So do
Absolutely.
you think that those two things are connected?
I think that they are. I think one drives another. So I guess in a way they are connected in some way, right? So as your example just so eloquently described,
Yeah, I'm pretty good at this shit. I want you
you're
to know
pretty
I've been doing
good.
it for a
Yeah,
while.
you've been doing it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's it's very clear that the behavior of one drives the behavior of the other. So I would say that they are connected.
And why do you and where do you think a toxic? Why do you think they are? Like, what do you think makes that happen? That synergy between the two. What do you think that? Where do you think that comes from?
Well, I think it's again, as you so eloquently described. I think the behavior of one drives the behavior of another, right? So, whether it is an unconscious or a conscious trait, behavior, I think that it's perceived differently from another individual. It's rare when you deal with, in my view, between male and female relations. It's rare that just by the nature that men and women see things exactly the same, right? So I think that, it is a matter of understanding that helps us achieve that balance. But ultimately, I think it's the tone and inflection. It's the perception of what one person meant versus another person, that causes, whether it's a disconnect or a misunderstanding, but it drives the behavior of what you just described, right? Becomes toxic or not.
I like it. Unc, I appreciate you today, man. That was a good little breakdown. I like that. He knew to ask you. So, Cass said, make sure you ask Unc. He wasn't lying. Yo, we got a local celebrity in here today, man. I don't know if y'all ever seen him, man. It's my man's, one of my mentors, one of my best peoples right here. DJ Life. I call him DJ Godwater, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all know nothing about that. Bro. That's DJ Godwater right there, you know what I'm saying? Now, look, we know they for the streets, Godwater. You ain't got to tell us that part. We know that. What'd you say? All of them, right? So here we go. Do you think toxic traits and love languages are connected?
I don't really fuck with them internet words, man, but I'll say,
This nigga said I don't fuck with internet words.
yeah, sometimes what you've been through can call love language with the internet words. But really, it's just what you've been through. So you're fear and the need of the thing, because of the shit you've been through. But it's not necessarily what you really want or really need.
No, I can dig it.
Because you can really need something that's really the opposite of what you consider your language.
So you don't even think that love languages is a real, like could be
Nah.
you could be augmented. Your love language could be fucked up.
That's internet.
You could have a toxic love language.
That's internet shit.
I ain't internet shit. That's a real thing.
He don't
How you?
speak, he don't speak fluent internet.
What the fuck do you call it? What? Hold on. I'm fucking. I am intrigued. What do you call a way a person receives love? Like a way that you feel love. What do you call that?
The way that I receive love.
And what's the? You don't have a word for that?
Nah.
So it's an internet word. If I'm
You
making
just said the word.
love language.
No, it ain't.
That's what I gave you a
That's internet
definition.
word.
The way you receive love is a definition of a love language.
That's a hashtag.
That's a nah.
Thanks to the hashtag. Ain't no hashtag on love language, man. I didn't say hashtag love language. I just said love language.
Because if I say that I got this quote unquote silly ass language, right?
Silly ass language. What
But
you're
if
not
that
gonna do?
changed
What you're not
from
gonna do is
year
disrespect.
based on my growth, then what the fuck?
Then
is
it's the
this
same thing. It changes. Your love language can change. And you can't learn Spanish.
Then it's real. Is it real?
You can't learn
If it changes?
Spanish.
But if it's real, if it changes.
How you feel love changes because how you your love
But
language is
Spanish is something you learn and grow. It's not
same
something
thing
you
with
change.
same
You
thing
don't
with
change
trauma.
from Spanish
Same
to-
thing with trauma responses. You can have a trauma response that you heal from.
Man, stop using these internet words with me, dog.
Nah, this nigga said internet words. You can't talk to him. You can't talk to him.
That's internet shit, dog.
Now you know what?
I deal in real life.
Hey, you got some shit you ain't healed from, huh?
Man.
Hey, life.
Hell yeah, we all.
That's called trauma, nigga. That's called trauma. If some shit happened to you, you don't heal from it. You walking around holding that shit, bro. You better let that shit go. You better let that shit go. No, you not. No, you not. You damaged. You it's a nah. It is. You broke it. Don't raise your voice at me, man. Just because you yelling don't make you more right. I'm whole. No, you not.
I am, dog. We all are.
No, bruh.
Whatever
You
been
can
through,
think
dog,
if you don't deal with it, it's gonna show up later.
well, that's part of your walk. If you
That's
don't
not
deal
part of your
with
walk.
it, of course it is.
So now you held hostage by your emotions.
That's part of your walk.
That's not part of your walk.
course it is.
That's you not taking accountability. You
That's
take
all part
you
of
take
your
accountability
walk. If
for
you don't-
yourself.
If you don't take accountability, that's part of your walk, bro. It's all we think that we can stand in judgment of everybody else. Everybody got shit.
I'm not talking about. Hold on. I'm not talking about judgment of somebody. We talking
But
about
you
being
just
better.
did, though. You
We talking about.
trauma and
We talking about being
That's all
better.
part of you.
We talking about being better.
When you want to,
So
or
if I'm
you don't
supposed to
want
hold on. Let me land my plane. So I'm talking about being better. As your people, nigga. I got that from Kev. That's not even on it. I got land the plane. Yo, anything you say to this nigga he don't like is an internet word. He said, yo, get that internet shit the fuck out of here. How old are you, Life? How many years before the internet was you outside?
Man, I was outside way before the internet. When the internet came
I
out,
could tell, nigga, it shows.
Yeah.
These niggas said, damn, I land my plane came from check ball up top. Internet word.
Now, that ain't internet word.
Nah, you gonna defend
ball
that.
up top
You
is not
gonna let him get you on the land my plane, but you're not gonna let him.
Yeah, like let him land his plane.
I'm trying, dog. He ain't saying
What I'm saying is, you can't. If it's my job for us as brothers to build each other up. When I'm letting you know that your walk is fucked up, and I'm telling you I see that there's something you can deal with, and you telling me that's my walk, let me be fucked up. You just not trying to grow, and I can't
Dog,
watch you do
The
that.
day you tell me my walk is fucked up, you got to be willing to say your walk is fucked up.
Yes.
And neither one of us can have that conversation.
We can.
Because it's our journey, dog. If my walk is
You're not
fucked
gonna
up,
help me?
that's-
Like, you're not gonna help me? If I'm out here fucking up,
if
you're not
you
gonna check
ask
me?
If you say, hey man, how do I do
So you would just watch me do some fuck shit?
Man, if that's your walk, that's your walk.
I go out here right now. Hold on, right now. Right now. Right now, somebody walk out the front door. I got some beef with a youngin'. I see him. I say, yo, fuck this. I put the stuff down. Go out there and get the wrecking. You gonna let me get out there and get the wrecking?
You want to get out there and wreck, then go out there and wreck, bro.
Tabernacle.
Life is a shitty thing. I thought life was mine. God water said, I'm willing to let you throw it away. You know I got a little girl, Life. You know I got a little girl. She depend on me. She depend on me.
know that too.
I might be weak in this moment. I might be wearing my trauma. I might have my trauma triggered. And now I'm doing some shit that's detrimental. My toxic trait could be in effect.
All put together.
Oh, you gonna kick me too? You gonna kick me too? Oh, nigga gonna kick me? Nigga that kick me? You gonna kick me with a little Nike? Y'all ain't see it on the camera. He kicked me with the nail. I'm done. Show over. Life. I'm calling the police. You going to jail? You gonna do life in prison, you fucking criminal. Toxic traits, nigga. try asking for help, he gonna kick me in the leg, tell me let me go to jail. This nigga ain't
If
shit.
you want to go out and wreck a dude, of course I'm gonna say, hey, Blue, you might not want to do that.
Oh, but you, so you gonna check me. So you gotta be willing to accept the fact. Nah. That's what you said. Those your words. Those your internet words.
I never said the word check. Hey, nah, I just want that. Hey, man. See?
Cause you give me, that nigga literally sat here for an hour telling us how fuck, he said he ain't shit. On camera.
I ain't shit.
I love it.
See?
I know, like, nah, I know I ain't shit.
The rest of us walk around here and use internet words and we ain't shit.
Who the fuck you talking about, like? Who you talking about, like? Who the fuck you talking about, like? Who you talking about? He said, brother, use the internet words and we know we ain't shit. And he look at the camera. And he look at the camera.
And we ain't worth a damn, bro. You can't have it both ways. You can't talk about my trauma and you ain't shit.
Nah, but you over here saying it's your walk. That's who you are. That's not who you are.
If you ain't shit, that's who
you don't have to be a pro. You don't have to let your struggle become you.
But that's who you are, bro.
No,
If you ain't shit,
you don't have to
then
let
you ain't shit.
you don't have to let your struggle become you. Nobody has to be ain't shit for the rest of their lives.
Ain't nobody say the rest of your life, but
But
right now.
so as my
if you
brother,
ain't shit right
as
now,
my brother,
you ain't
not
shit.
as my, not talking about as a man. I mean, we should be helping niggas on the street too, but just as my man's, you're not supposed to be out here letting me be less than you know I can be.
Man, get the fuck out of here, yo. If you want to be ain't shit, that's your call, bro.
I think that's I think that's
If you come to me
trash.
and say, hey, life, I ain't shit, man. I'll be like, hey, man, I still love you. You still my man. But when you ready to walk through that, I'm here to help you walk through that.
You gonna let me not be
I
shit
accept you as you are, bro.
as an ain't shit nigga?
If that's what you are, I'd rather have you tell me you ain't shit than to walk around here using
can't.
internet words
I
and
can't.
still ain't shit.
I can't.
Fronting.
I can't.
That's
I
fronting,
can't.
dog.
I can't.
That's fugazi.
I can't. Hey, I can't. I can't,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
I thought life was a good person. Hey, man, I apologize, show. You know what I mean? We gonna go back on. When I go back to edit this video, we gonna cut that part of this show out, man. This is disappointing. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in this, man. Look, man, I want y'all to know if y'all ain't shit people, man, you could have an ain't shit moment, but doesn't make you an ain't shit person.
It do, dog.
If you have,
That's
you should identify. You should identify what you got going on with yourself and work on it. He said, boo. Don't let nobody, if you got a friend like this that's letting you be an ain't shit person, that ain't your friend. That's a spectator. That's somebody watching the show. That's it. That's somebody watching your show and enjoying your entertainment. That ain't really your friend, man. I thought life was a good dude. It was crazy. It's crazy. I didn't expect this. You wanna follow me? It's like you put all your show dates on the internet. I know where you be at. I'll just pull up. I know you be at with your face on a t-shirt talking about how this nigga ain't shit. Hey man, your DJ ain't shit. He's a shitty DJ. He's a shitty DJ, bro. You know what I'm saying? You wanna go out and fight, life with it. Life will let you do it. That's fucked up, man.
I'm quick to say, I ain't shit. I'm not living here trying to live above what I am.
Y'all niggas can't hang out. You two niggas. Y'all niggas can't hang out.
Yes, we can, because we know we ain't shit.
That's why y'all can't hang out.
That's authenticity, bro.
Nah, y'all can't hang out. I need my niggas up and I need y'all on the up and up.
But is
You
you
hang
on
with
the up
him.
and up?
Absolutely.
Get up.
Absolutely.
Y'all gonna let this man loud on the internet?
Absolutely.
Y'all gonna let this man loud on the internet?
Y'all
bro?
know, you know I ain't full of shit.
He's speaking his language.
So you saying you not ain't shit?
I ain't shit nigga. I ain't shit nigga. I ain't never been an ain't shit nigga. In all my life. I ain't never been an ain't shit nigga. All my life I never been an ain't shit nigga.
I don't.
Always.
I don't believe you.
I ain't never ain't been shit.
I've been there. Oh, you said scrapes I ain't shit.
Nah. That's completely different. I said a piece of shit. No, I ain't saying I ain't shit. I said I realized something about myself that I didn't know. And I changed it. I didn't know it. When I knew it, did I sit there and say, hold on, when I figured out what I was doing, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I thought I wasn't I didn't even know I was doing it, right? And now you ain't heard me talk about it since. Because I realized I was doing it and I stopped. Like, nigga, and I told y'all to hold myself accountable. I only share shit with y'all niggas to hold myself accountable. I don't come in this shit like, yeah, man, I'm about that. When I spaz, if I get angry, I feel bad. They ain't never held me accountable for spazzing in this joint. But I be feeling bad for the time that I spaz in this joint. Like, I'm the whole idea of being ain't shit. I have moments where I fuck up, but I ain't never been... I ain't never let what I carry in me be who I am in this joint. I like who I am. I like who I'm trying to be.
Blue, if in those moments, you ain't shit. And that's okay.
That's
In
an
the
ain't,
moments that
yeah,
you ain't shit,
exactly what
you
I
ain't
said.
shit.
The
And
ain't
that's
shit
okay,
moment.
bro.
Yeah, but you said I ain't shit in general, nigga. You said I ain't shit.
You are
No,
all the things
nigga.
that you are, dog.
No, nigga.
Everything
Not
that
at
you've
all.
done, you are those things.
No, you
bro.
not.
And that's okay.
No, you not.
Of course you
No,
are.
you
dog.
not.
How can you not
No,
be
you
what
not.
you've gone through? What you've
No,
done?
you grow from it. You don't gotta stay there.
But
You ain't gotta stay
you
there.
ain't gotta stay there, but
You ain't gotta stay there.
And you still ain't. I mean, dog.
But you still ain't. You hear him? But you still ain't shit.
What's the problem with being ain't shit for that moment and growing?
I think that I think words are powerful. I think words are important. I think words are important.
They are.
I think words are important. So when you tell somebody, when you tell a young man, that's not even me. You tell a young man, you ain't shit. That young man has an expectation of himself. You put a ceiling over that man, it's nothing. So you as an older dude talking to me as a younger guy, because you old as fuck. You as an older nigga telling me that I ain't shit. Just think about that psychologically, right? I look up to you. So you telling me I ain't shit is telling me that my ceiling is you a shitty nigga. And even though you joking, okay, maybe those words are important. You can't talk to somebody that looks to you for guidance and be like, you ain't shit. And it's okay. It's like you telling me that I have a low ass bar. Ain't shit is not I would never tell a nigga that I care about you ain't shit. As a joke maybe, but as an expectation, like I'm cool with you ain't being shit. You tell this nigga that he ain't gotta do nothing. You can be a shitty person. And I don't want nobody I care about to be a shitty person. So I do think it matters. I think that you doing something wrong, I would never judge a nigga off of an action unless he decided to stay in that action. If you decide to be there, that's cool. But if you decide to come out of that shit, I got you. But a nigga that makes a mistake, I'm not gonna let that mistake define who you are to me. You made a mistake.
Dog.
You made a mistake.
You done?
You made a mistake.
You done?
Yeah, cause that's the facts though.
But that ain't the facts, dog. That's how you took it, which says a lot about how you feel about yourself. If you ain't shit, dog, that's okay.
No, those words matter.
Can-
It's not. There is no.
can
Ain't no
I- can I
shit.
talk? Then can I
Ain't no
land my
ain't
plane?
shit.
Can I land my plane?
Man, you're playing.
Can I land my plane, bro? If
Internet
you
word
ain't
ass
shit-
nigga.
If you ain't shit, dog, that don't mean you can't be whatever you want to be. I'm just saying right now, in this moment, you can be ain't shit, and that's okay. You can grow to
Nah,
where
you said
want
you
to
ain't shit. That's not the same thing as in that moment. You said you ain't shit.
In the moment, you
Now,
ain't shit.
now you
That's
saying
the
in the
same
moment.
thing.
That's an ain't shit moment. That's not an ain't shit nigga. That's an ain't shit moment.
That is
There's a
saying
difference
all
between you
got
being
is
a.
the moment,
That's
bro.
what. That's,
All you got is the moment. You ain't got the future. You ain't got the past. All you got is right now.
Just trying to look see what.
oh, you got it
That's
now.
all you exist in
Nah.
right now, dog. You don't exist
what
in the
time are you
future
thinking
or the
about,
past.
Tommy?
You are what you do. And I'm saying in that moment, you can have a moment of weak. You can make a mistake. You're allowed to make mistakes.
You ain't shit.
Nah, I
And
don't
that's
think you
okay.
ain't shit. You can do some ain't shit stuff. You be like, yo, that's some fucked up
But
shit.
how can you make a difference between ain't shit moment and you being ain't shit?
Because of all your
Both
habits,
are the same.
if all your habits and all your thing, if you are literally living a life of doing things where you're attracting and creating ain't shit moments, then you an ain't shit person because you're creating that for yourself. But you can have an ain't shit moment. You can fuck up and fucking have a fight at a bar because you got too drunk and now you know not to drink that way. But like an ain't shit nigga is gonna be like, yo, fuck that. I'm going back. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna catch this nigga. Woo woo woo. That's an ain't shit person. A person who's looking to do more fuck shit.
So what's the difference?
The difference is someone that isn't an ain't shit nigga is going to be like, yo, I fucked up. He's gonna take personal accountability for the situation. And I'm not a nigga that don't take personal accountability. So I ain't an ain't
But
shit
the
nigga.
personal accountability only comes when you decide to make that change. In that moment, dog, when you was fighting in the bar, it's the same as if you decide to fight in the bar every day. It's all the same, and that's okay. If that's your walk, if that's the journey that God set for you, bro, then that's the journey that God set for you. You will be ready to change when you
You
change.
literally think that a nigga that makes a mistake is not a mistake. And I think that's a shitty way to look at people.
What you mean?
I'm not arguing with you no more about it. You think niggas are in that moment. So when you in here saying you ain't shit, when you saying here telling me that I ain't shit in my face, you're saying, nah, in that moment you ain't shit. And that's not what I take that as. I take that if you tell a nigga he ain't shit, that you have no expectation for that person.
Well, that's how you take it.
That's how I take
That
it.
ain't-
Yeah, but that's what
not
you're
how I-
saying.
But that's not what I'm saying. You can't say what I'm saying. I said what I'm saying. If you ain't
No,
shit,
you said what
that's
you said
okay.
is why I'm saying what you're saying.
Mama say, mama
You said what you said is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because you said it that way. All right?
What you mean?
I said what I mean because you said what you said. When you said it, look, man,
Dog, I
we
said
ain't go
what I
around
said,
this.
Dog, you take what I'm saying and add it to your own context to it. And that's on you, bro.
Nah,
That's
you
on
said,
You put your own context.
nah,
to
because
it.
you said a nigga ain't shit, and that's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk.
So
That's crazy
we
talk.
all these perfect human beings walking around.
I ain't say we all. I said there are ain't shit niggas, and I'm telling you that a nigga that makes a mistake is not an ain't shit nigga.
So how
You said
can
they
How
are.
can you
And you
pass
said they are.
judgment on an ain't shit nigga and call him that when in your moment of being ain't shit, if somebody called, told
If a
you,
nigga- if a nigga-
you'd be like, he ain't shit.
If a nigga smoke crack, is he a crackhead?
Yeah.
Right? A nigga smoking crack. If he's smoking crack, if I go out every day, I'm supposed to smoke crack, I'm a crackhead, right?
Yeah.
Because I go out, I smoke crack. That's what I do. I go look for crack. I do
No,
what?
you a person that smoke crack. That don't, I mean, what do you label?
What's the difference? What's the difference between a crackhead and a person that smoke crack?
A crackhead has a judgment component attached to it. A person that smokes crack and you recognize has a problem.
So a person that has an ain't shit moment is not an ain't shit nigga. He's just a person who had an ain't shit moment.
But he's still in the moment ain't shit.
So a person that's smoking crack at the moment is a crackhead. Your logic don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, ain't shit nigga have a good nigga moment. Fuck no.
Of course.
Of course.
All right, then why can't a good nigga not have an ain't shit moment?
Nah, but that's not. Have an ain't shit moment. That's what I said. I literally, no, but he not saying that. But this nigga came out and says that you ain't shit. Like, you not about to sit here and act like this nigga look me in my eyeball and say, this nigga in front of me with the camera ain't shit. Like, you're not gonna tell me. I didn't hear this thing. You told me my mama ain't shit. I ain't gonna be shit. Like, you cut off, nigga. You was in the wheel, your ass is gone, nigga. Me and this nigga.
I hit that ain't shit, that spot inside of you that ain't shit, and it rubbed you the wrong way, didn't it?
Nah, I don't fuck with it. Cause I got some shit about to go down. I got 2 weeks, right? I got 2 weeks, and I'm in a particular moment in my life where some ain't shit could really fucking happen. And I'm trying to tell myself I'm a good person. Cause I'm telling you, nigga. I'm telling you.
Hey, pay $40 for the premium shit. He will tell you the ancient moments that he had, and I was there.
I ain't telling nigga shit. I ain't telling shit. I ain't telling nigga shit.
If you ain't shit, that's okay.
But I'm not.
But when you decide to be something different, you have to.
But I'm already being something different.
But not if you
I'm already being something different. Nah, I said I'm on the cusp. I ain't saying I'm about to.
That's the same thing.
I got some shit that I got some shit that I'm dealing with where I'm like I could go back into bad habits, and I'm like, yeah, so you're right. But I think the words. My biggest problem with it is the word choice, right? Because I think wording matters. Like I said, the way you talk to people, no, in general, no, to everybody. That matters to everybody. How you talk? No, I said the way you talk to people. I said the way you talk to people. I said the way you talk to people. The way you talk to people matters.
But if I told Kevin the same thing, he
I
knows.
ain't talking about get off the ancient mode. Get off the ancient mode. I'm not talking about that particular thing. I'm talking about
anything. I can say anything to you, bro. It's how you take it. If you take
does that matter? If we talking, words matter, right? If I start talking to you in fucking Spanish, you gonna understand what I'm saying to you?
They only matter.
Nigga, words matter, bro. Yeah, exactly. No, what they translate to. What you say. Yeah, exactly. If you talking to me, nigga, who the fuck? Why do I give a fuck what Kev thinks of what you saying to me, nigga? If you talking to me, it's how it translates to me.
But whatever I say to you,
it's how you talk to me.
No, let me finish. Can I land my plane?
Nah, I was yelling too. So.
You was yelling at me, you know what I'm saying? You doing all that ain't shit. You doing it all, dog.
Fuck you, man.
Who, me? Nah, not me.
Yeah, you definitely use the internet shit.
Well, however you take what I'm saying to you, bro, is how you internalize it. That's on you. If I say to you, blue ain't shit, it could just be blue, not shit right now. And that's okay.
We gonna stop using me as an ain't shit example.
That's you right there.
I don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
I don't like the ain't shit example.
I need a price, bro.
It cut deep, don't it?
Life cool. Get the fuck off my show. Show's over. This nigga is X'd out. This nigga's X'd out. Don't bring that nigga on my show no more, Kev. I don't want nothing to do with him. That nigga ain't life no more. That nigga is circumstance. Huh? Yeah. I literally take care of business every day. I stand on the most business. This nigga told me, you ain't shit. Yeah, Kev, no, you ain't shit. Kev own a whole fucking business for like fucking 15 years. And he like, he ain't shit. What the shit? What the can't talk to people like that? You can't tell a nigga everything you done ain't shit because you had 2 ain't shit moments in your life. We gonna hang that over your head. Unless you choose to be something. You literally running a bit. You creating jobs for a whole community. You ain't shit though. Fuck out of here. This nigga's horrible. Horrible. And you dapping him up. Fuck you, man. Don't come to the show no more. Don't come.
I'm just saying, hey, life, man. Hey, life, man. Love you, bro. I live my truth, bro. I can't help it.
I said I love you, man.
I can't help it, bro. Like I know what I am.
The trauma triggers are showing.
Hey man. We can always chop it up, man.
No, we good, man. I'm giving you shit.
Hey, like,
I can't
I
have the.
appreciate you. I
I can't.
appreciate
Look at these niggas bonding. Two ain't shit niggas. Two ain't authentic. He got. That's a new word. That's a new word. When nigga ain't shit, scrapes, he gonna say he's authentic. I appreciate you. I see the God in you.
No, here's the thing.
I see the authenticity.
The authenticity is if you ain't shit and you can say I ain't shit.
Yeah, but I am.
Hey,
But I am
always
though.
live my truth.
What?
I am though.
You am what?
I'm on. I take care of shit. I take care of shit. That's what I do.
Kevin, get your man.
Yeah. Nah, don't get your man, cause you know I take care of shit. Well, you try to convince this nigga try to convince me I ain't shit. You fucking wizard. Get your voodoo ass the fuck out of here. You try to dap me up and he saw me. It's like, yeah, man, we could always talk. Hey, love you too, Blue. Hey, by the way, you still ain't shit. Like, get the fuck out. Get out. Don't touch me. Don't touch me, nigga. Don't touch me. You touch me, you gonna be on camera. You going to jail.
See, if you look at me, he gonna
You
cry.
going to jail.
If you look at me, he gonna cry.
You going to jail.
Dog, it's okay.
Nah, nigga, you ain't shit. That's
Come on,
all right.
hug me, man.
I ain't
Hug
touching
me,
you no
man.
more, nigga. You got 8 shitters all over you. And your shirt wrinkled as fuck, so I don't want to touch this wrinkled ass shirt. You wearing your look. You wearing your son shirt.
It's okay, man.
You
Cry.
wearing your, get the fuck off me. Where you sit? Take your son his shirt back and get the fuck off me.
Cry it out, bro.
I'm not.
Cry it out, bro.
I can tell you like exactly why it probably bothers me as much as it do because of one particular moment.
That's what I know.
But it ain't shit. It's not about the ain't shit. It's about. I do think those words matter. Like I'm being dead ass the way you talk to people.
But why do they matter to you?
No,
To you.
No, to me is I told you I can't talk about it all.
something that you feel, right?
No, I think it's just the particular moment. We gotta talk about it more.
But it triggers something, right?
It's not that. When we can talk about it all the way, then we can have the whole conversation. But I can't really have the whole conversation to talk to you about what for me personally.
Why? 'Cause
But
you on
also
the
in
internet?
general. Yeah.
Then cut off the goddamn internet. What are you?
I'm doing a show, nigga.
Oh, are you? My fault.
Yeah, I'm fucking live streaming. Like I'm literally live streaming to the
We still
people.
doing it?
Yeah, man. I've been doing this. We still doing that? Nigga,
still
I've been
live
doing it for
streaming?
like 14 years.
Word?
Yeah, nigga, we're killing it. Blicky Lake, nigga, you on the Blicky Lake show. Welcome. It's your last time as a guest on Blicky Lake show, but you was here. You know what I'm saying? Say what up, life.
We on the internet,
And I want y'all to know, enjoy him. He never coming back, but he was here. My man, life. Anyway, yo, thank you guys. That's an hour-and-a-half long show. We gotta be done. I gotta cut this video up anyway. I love you guys. Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate you guys. Catch me tonight. I'll be here at 8. I'll be back on at 8 with the Blicky Lake show. Again, every Friday I'm in the barbershop having conversations. Today's conversation was fantastic. I actually really enjoyed it. I personally think that trauma triggers and love languages are connected. I think that they absolutely have to do with each other. They intertwine very much. And I believe that. But I haven't looked at any research for it. I just think personally I believe that. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys next Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Why your dates and